So yeah, without further ado, everybody, Sergeant fucking High, let's go.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
What's you're one of my biggest role models in streaming. I don't know if that's been
man.
obvious.
No, but I appreciate that's a hell of a compliment, man. Thank you very much.
Of course. I mean, everything down from how you perform to your studio to sort of how you interact with your people has definitely inspired me to change what I was doing when I started on Twitch a few years ago. And I gotta ask, man, like a lot of people have said, you know, when you have the interview, you got to ask this question, and that's what made you become a full-time streamer?
Well, first, before I answer that question, I want to say again, thank you. That was an incredible compliment that I never thought I'd ever hear anybody say to me before. You know, it's sometimes surreal when people give you compliments like that. So I really appreciate it, man. And I hope that if I did inspire you at all, that I inspire you to be a kind and humble streamer and don't be like the rest of them, because Twitch and Instagram is full of very cold and ego people, and they forget that they're human beings, and that you know. So just don't ever lose that, man. Don't ever lose the stay grounded. So that's if you ever get anything from me, I hope that you got that. So.
And I have been known to lose my cool from time to time, so I appreciate hearing that from you, to be honest, because
your head is so big you can't fit through the door.
Only when I'm driving a Panther. But no, I appreciate that completely. In fact, that watching your show and how humble you are, and you know, even if you get frustrated in a video game, that's something I've sort of strived to emulate, because you're right, you know, setting yourself aside from somebody who can be easily upset, that's that golden material, I think.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Again, thank you for the compliment, and I guess I'll answer your question then, which is why I became a full-time streamer, right?
Yeah.
Kind of on accident, to be honest, because I was at a really hard point in my life. Just getting out of the military and dealing with mental health issues. I was dealing with my seizures, and I just didn't really have any direction. I was just kind of existing at that moment in my life. I really had no purpose. And I was playing games with some friends, and one of my friends was like, "Hey, man," because we're playing PUBG, and he's like, "Have you ever heard of Dr. Disrespect?" I was like, "No." What is Dr. Disrespect? He's like, he's on Twitch. I'm like, what is Twitch? And my friends are like, "You never heard of Twitch?" I was like, "No." They're like, "It's a place where you watch people play video games." And I was like, why would anybody watch anybody play video games? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, that is so stupid.
Right.
And I got on Twitch and I watched, you know, Doc Shroud. I feel like everybody who's a streamer watched Doc Shroud, you know, the OGs back in the day.
Yeah.
And I watched them, and I still didn't get them. Like, this is so stupid. Why would you watch anybody play video games? But, you know, I get the community aspect, you know, like, I think that'd be really cool. If, I mean, I love playing video games. I play video games like 8 hours a day because I'm retired from the Air Force. What if I could have a small community and just get around some like-minded people, talk to them, and kind of just hang out, right?
Totally.
Like, I'm like, that sounds really cool and fun. So I kind of started it off, and it was like super cringe. My audio was terrible. My camera barely worked. Like, it was really bad quality. And I had some really nice people that came by my stream when I had like 2 or 3 viewers, and they helped me kind of at least get it to a palatable or bearable way to watch. I guess it was okay, right? That you could actually listen to me, the audio and everything was fine. And slowly, you know, I was only streaming for like maybe 6 months, and I think like people slowly started trickling in, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool, and I enjoyed it. And then I don't know, it just happened, and then here I am, kind of thing. So it's just, I've been kind of riding a wave. Didn't really intend it ever to get this big. There was a point where like I was like, okay, now I'm all in. But my initial intentions, I guess, for streaming, I never thought I would ever get to this point. So, which is not like huge or anything.
When did you sort of decide to incorporate your real life IRL, if you will, into your stream life? Because I know you do a lot of gun range stuff, hanging out with the guys stuff. Like, when did you decide to add that to your show?
Just because.
Or why, rather? Sorry.
Yeah. No, I think it's because gaming's cool and all, but I've always wanted to offer different flavors of content for some people that come in, because I know there's some people have stopped by my stream before and they're like, gaming's cool and all, but I'd rather see you do this or do that. And I guess um, I've always, even to this day, still have a goal of sometime down the road, I want to have like a almost kind of a semi-rigid monthly schedule of like, these days he'll be focused on range streams, these days he'll be doing IRL stuff, traveling, these days it's gaming. So no matter, I could have several different types of people who are like, I'm not really into Sarge's gaming, but I really like when he goes to the range, so I'm going to tune in for these days.
Right.
So I guess that's what it was, and I haven't got to that point yet where I've got a more of a rigid schedule, but I've always wanted to appeal to many different types of people. So
Right. And have you always wanted to be that sort of variety content creator?
Oh, 100%, man.
Yeah.
And respect to you, because I know you're variety too. You play a lot of health, but you are variety. And respect to you because I'm sure that you've seen you're climbing a lot slower than other people. However, you're going to keep your sanity because I know Landmark and some of those guys get paid a crap ton of money, but I would lose my mind playing Tarkov 8 hours a day, every day, and nothing else. I would go insane. I have to be a variety streamer for my own sake, man.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I mean, channel growth and all that is great, but everybody needs a break to just recoup and play some single player every once in a while, connect with their community. 100%.
Right. And it's a kind of a circle too. I mean, like if you're miserable, I think it reflects because I'm sure you've had it where like you come into the stream, you're feeling great, right? Your energy's up, your motivation's up, and then the chat just reflects and new people are coming in and dropping follows.
Yep.
And I do believe it's kind of like a positive feedback loop. So if you come in and you're miserable, some people grow that way, but I'd rather not grow that way. So
yeah, I don't know about you, but I have this sort of routine before I go live every time. I call it activating my star power. And I sing to instrumental songs. I know the lyrics too, so that I have to sort of dig into both the logical and creative side at the same time.
Oh, that's smart.
And then also you have the vocal warm up so that you're hitting your ranges and you're getting your algorithmic spike because you have a range of a vocal movement kind of thing. And like all of that plays into, even if I started out the day having a bad day, once I start my vocal warm up and the holding screen comes up and people start joining the chat, it just fades away from me. It really does.
What fades away, if you don't mind me asking?
Any real world issue I'm having.
Oh, okay. Right on. Nice. That's actually really cool. I never thought about that. I think everybody maybe has a kind of a pre-game ritual, and I've definitely experimented with different things to kind of get me motivated and ready to go. Because I'm sure that you, right before you've go live or you're in your intro, you're sitting there like, man, I don't have it today, and I'm trying to figure out how to get it. That spark. So that's interesting. I'm gonna play with that thought. That's cool.
For me, every single time it's one of 3 songs: Grease Lightning, Love Today by Micah, or Country Roads, obviously. Just immediate hype up. And I'm just like, cool, I'm ready to play Hell at Looser Squad or something to do with a bunch of interaction with people that I didn't necessarily feel like doing when I woke up today. And that's the big thing. And another thing I want is to follow up to my next question is like why I started doing this is to sort of bring joy, even if I'm not necessarily in a great mood, seeing the joy in somebody else, interacting with somebody else, maybe having a kick-ass game moment that gets clipped, hype train, whatever, is you choosing the positive over the negative, even on a negative day. And for you, what do you get most out of your show? That's the question. Yeah. What do you get most out of your show?
That's a great question.